Welcome back to some more War on the Sea, Pacific Theater Mod. We're doing part 174 today, and thank you for coming back and watching. We're going to have a good game today, I think. I can feel it in my bones. I had a few comments on the last couple of videos, so I want to kind of address them. I don't know if you people like to have your comments addressed, but I have a feeling you probably do. Otherwise, why would you make comments if people don't respond to them? I do respond to all the comments, but now we're going to respond in video. So one of the questions that was asked was, and I don't have a lot, so we'll just say one of the questions that was asked was, what does the enemy have against us? And in closer terms to that was, where are all the big carriers for the Japanese Navy? Well, the Akagi is still out there, okay? We have not seen the Akagi. I don't believe we've seen the Akagi the entire game. I don't know why, but we haven't seen her. There's only one of them. She's somewhere. The Kaga, she's out there. I don't know where she is. She has not shown her face anywhere. Is she over by Okinawa? Is she over here somewhere? I don't know. Usually what happens is they spawn somewhere in the Philippine Sea, the Mariana Islands, coming down this way. But I think we've taken over so much land that I don't think they know where to go. I think they're lost. Maybe they decided to, who knows? I don't know. Let's go right through the list. So, Saryu is still out there. Haven't seen her. Okay. Hiru. Yeah, we sunk that ship. Both of these are gone. Shokaku's. We met them earlier. Both of these Hero class carriers are still out and about. No idea where they are. Tayo's gone. We have these three Unryu. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I apologize for not being able to say words that don't mesh with my brain. This one's still out there. Okay, so those are the mains. And even if we go to light carriers, both of these guys are gone. He's gone. He's gone. Both of them are gone, right? Both, yep. We still have one of these guys left. So they're gone. And for those of us wondering where the other ships are, if you've made it this far in the game, you know one of the big concerns I have, as we've seen throughout this, is a lot of undefended ships. So they must not have any destroyer escorts, right? No. We have not seen one Momi destroyer escort in this game. Why? No idea. How about Minakazis? No, they still have those. I don't know where they are. Watakis? No. Maybe it's the mod. I don't know. We've seen some of these, so they actually are using destroyer escorts because we sunk 3 of them. But why aren't they still out there escorting their supply ships? I don't know. Matsukis. Haven't seen any of them. They say they're in the game, but we haven't seen them. They're hiding. And that's the Momis. How about the destroyers? Fubuki class. We've gotten all those out of the way, so they're gone. Akazukis, they're gone. Hatsuharu, they're all gone. They're all gone. They're gone. They're gone. They're all gone. These are actual ships we've sunk in the game. So it's not like there's something missing here. Light cruisers, they're all gone too. Let's just put it quickly, go through the list. You say, why are you still playing the game if you've taken out all their threats? Well, it's a game. We like to play. I've never seen anybody go the whole distance in this game. I've seen people finish all the goals, but I've never seen people like really dominate everything, and that's kind of what we're doing in this game. So to put it lightly, they have no light cruisers. They have no cruisers. They never had any standard battleships. All their battleships are gone. All the Congos, Fuzos. So we've dominated, to put it lightly. And the only thing left are the main carriers and a bunch of destroyers and destroyer escorts, but they don't seem to be using them. So yeah, I don't know what to say about that. The other thing I wanted to do was what was that I wanted to do? I wanted to do this. I don't know. Check the dockyard. So our Alabama, another member commented, and he talked about the Alabama. We are going to still use her. She went into repair because she can't use half of her scout planes, and she had a little dinger, but not a bad dinger. So we're going to get those command points back, and hopefully I can remember to bring her back into the game. We'll probably put her somewhere where maybe she'll do some damage. So that's what our dockyard looks like. In about 4 days, we'll get all these command points back. Our losses to date are at 12. Okay, we've only lost 12 ships. A lot of them are they're all my fault. Let's just be clear. Independence, that was a destroyer. Not a destroyer, but it was a submarine. As soon as we went into the engagement, the submarine had already launched her torpedoes, and then we couldn't even maneuver out of the way. I think that's what her case was. The Atlanta, that was another spawn issue where bombers were right over our ships, and they hit her, and she got hit. I didn't do any maneuvering, and I was on the aircraft cap at the time, and this guy got hit by a couple bombs and sunk her, which I was really upset about. And the start of the game, all these other ones are just kind of randoms. The start of the game, we lost, I thought it was 3. These Clemson Wicks, they were early in the game, right when we started the game, basically. These guys, in our first engagement, we lost them both in a submarine attack, and it was just pitiful on my part. I guess we could do the other. We'll do this at the beginning so that you can see how many ships have we sunk. Now, as you know, I've gone over this before. We're at that part of the game where, we can scroll using my mouse wheel. Now this is a constant scroll. So if I'm just going ham on the wheel mouse right now, the game doesn't like it at all. If I try and drag it down to the bottom. Yeah. So we sunk 502 ships. Most of them are cargo ships, of course, supply chain. It's been a while. We did find the Tayo carrier, the last part, last video I put out. That was a cool engagement, but yeah, that's a lot of ships. There's still a lot more to go, but they're hiding. I don't know where they are. And we're getting close to 5,000 aircraft we shot down in our randoms, if you will. So let's. I think what we're gonna do is Remember, Peleliu, we want to make a level 3 shipyard so we can rearm. We need to get some more fuel over here. So where's that fuel coming from? I think we got fuel here, right? Yeah. So as soon as this guy arrives, we'll be able to make this a level 3. And then we can start rearming our ships here. Again, this mod doesn't allow my carriers to rearm to replace aircraft. It says it does. Carrier planes can be refreshed with rearming, no release required. You won't be able to rearm if the location does not have enough resources. The game won't show you a message. I don't know. Okay, so how many resources are needed? I don't know. But I've tried it. For example, I made this base down here, Port Moresby, with a level 5 so that I could replenish my aircraft. And I tried it when I had more than enough, like 5,000 supplies and engineering and fuel and everything. And it was a no-go. They said, nope, not this game. Now, maybe I'll try it again. Who knows? But, yeah, that didn't seem to work out very well. So let's get the ball started. 11 minutes into the video. And, yeah. So the Hornet has got some aircraft over it. We're going to make sure that we have a cap up. So let's launch up some aircraft. And because this group is a very valuable, brand new, refreshed group, I want to make sure that... excuse me? Oh, it's the other. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that would have been bad if we just sent him off into La La Land and never come home again. I am going to send out a scouty bomb guy. So I want you to do just do one of those. It's too far. 502 is as far as we can go. 578. Now it's 385. That's as far as we can circle, but there's some problems I have with that feature. This scout plane will just stay in this area. It won't move with the ship, so that when the ship moves away, the aircraft will stay here. And then when it goes up again, if we're not in that same spot, they won't spawn again. So let's go take a look and see what they got coming after us. So you see we are in, this is a battle line, the ships. This is a battle line formation of 10 ships, and I usually have, starting with the Helena here, there's another ship in there somewhere, and then the Fanning. This is our sub screen. Everybody else is protecting the carriers. Don't like that the Enterprise is so far back, but not much I can do. So let's go in and start it up. So the aircraft are going to go off and do the thing, and that's perfectly fine. Let's take another look. You see when we spawn in line ahead. Let's do that a little bit so that we can talk. I wish it spawned in with what you want them to be spawned in at. So we're supposed to be at 750 at battle line. They wanted us to be in... Are you kidding? Are you absolutely serious? How's that? How's that? That pisses me off so badly. I was just talking about how I wanted her to be better protected, and I'm talking about all this other stuff when my ships get hit. So Iowa, my friend, how come you're not shooting? So these guys flew right in and dropped bombs on us without any issues. I have a problem with that. I have a big problem with that. I have a big problem with that. So, Enterprise, how bad did you get hit? Wow. Wow. That's rough. So we're gonna break you out, put you in a turn, and slow you right the hell down. And hopefully we can survive. And look at, there's nobody after this guy. How bad is that, my friends? How awfully bad is that? And this guy's gonna get off a bomb on my other ship. Just talking about well, let's see if she can manage it. Come on, my friends. Shoot her down. Look at all the gunfire. Please don't get hit. So the thing about these ships is, or these aircraft, you see these guys, they can't catch them. So that's a dying cause. All right. Okay. Well, let's try and shoot this guy down too. So he's way out there. There we go. So long range 50s will do that, I guess. More importantly, Enterprise, what's your status, my friend? Are we gonna make it, or are you gonna sink? I think we might be able to salvage here. Let's get everybody to slow the hell down. So back to you. So yeah, Enterprise, what's this jackass doing? So as we all know, I don't have on collisions. Yeah, that would be a dinger. The reason for that, and I'll specify, is I don't believe that captains of ships and crew of these ships were that ignorant to willfully drive into other ships in their group. I just don't see it as being a thing that would happen. So yeah, I think it frustrates me, and that's why I don't enable it in the game. We may in another playthrough, but this one we didn't. This is my first playthrough, actually, ever. I've started a few. I think I did the original Guadalcanal base game, but that was rough. And I did the TTE, and I believe it crashed, so it wouldn't let me continue playing. And that was after my computer died on me. Let's speed this up so we can get these guys doing the thing. I kind of want these guys all to group up and stay over my ships, please. You guys seem to want to run away and not guard. How dare you? You guys are all going to get a severe HUing when you get back, because you guys are the reason why the carrier got damaged. All your fault. You had a mission, you failed, and yeah, no promotions for any of you. You're all going to be demoted to Lieutenant JGs, and you should be ashamed for what you did to your ship. This is the ship they came from. They launched off this ship. So yeah, you guys are gonna get a serious reaming. So what do we do now? We got to get these guys out of here. They have to go. Be on their way. So let's get out. And where are we? We're over here, which means we are going back to Port Moresby. Have to, not an option. In the meantime, what's the best way to go about doing that? I think the best way to go about doing that is going this way. And that stinks because you guys had a lot going for you and you messed up. I think before we do that, though, let's do something different for a change. Let's come in here and we're going to say, French Indochina, welcome. We have some battleships that would like to empty their guns and train their crew a little bit. So we're going to send them in and see what we can do. The other thing we need to do is we have to learn our lessons. And by lessons, I mean put cap up over our carriers. It's very important to protect, not wait and then protect. We're also going to launch up some scouts. And we want to scout this area. Let's go to 502 so that we can actually do it. Do that forever. Let's go to another one. And we go out with bombs. We can't launch from the same ship. We have to wait maybe an hour or so, or half an hour. So we're going to do one of these guys. Let's go 50 something. 50 ho. Do that. Scout the bottom. And I want to also Vincennes, I want you guys to have one. Excuse me? You said 4. There's only 1 of 4 left. So these guys are hurting for aircraft. Some of these ships have lost a few, or they're out already. I don't know. we're going to put these guys up, and we like to put these guys cap over for subs. So we're going to have a sub hunter group over the cap with depth charges, and you guys do that forever. Well, by forever I mean for the day. And I wish we could make that forever, but that's just not how they work. Davao Defense Force, we want you guys to have up cap as well. Let's find your Davao Defense Force, please. There we go. Who else is being silly? Kaching Defense Force, let's put up yours as well. Again, it would be kind of painless or painful to do this every... I'm sorry, this is Kaching, right? Kaching Defense Force. To do this every single time we start a day. But I'm in that mode right now of I can't believe we just basically lost one of our carriers. You know, the Enterprise being 15 damage, 7 flooded, 6 general, 1 magazine cargo explosion, which was the main reason for the excessive damage. The bombs that those dive bombers carry, I think it's 800 kilogram. Let's see if we can find him. Oh, I'm sorry, these are not the way to do it. Come on. Yeah, these guys, and they carry 800 kilogram armor piercing bombs. So they'll go through the deck and below and go boom. And below the deck bombs blow up magazines very easily. And there were only, what, 4 of them? I don't know. It's just pitiful. Palembang, let's put up your aircraft as well. Off to Langley. Yeah, we're going all ham on these guys. I'm not too worried about anything else, really. I don't recall what this guy was doing. I think he's just covering. I'll let you guys do your thing, and hopefully that'll be okay. Let's see what direction these bombers are going. I want you to put up your aircraft. Sapelu, the base one. Oh, come on. Sao Paulo 3. Sup Davo, get yours up as well. Yeah, if I say these names wrong or these locations in the game, it's not intended to be disrespectful. It's just my mousetrap of a brain or mouse wheel, one of the two. Doesn't work too well with names of words of things that don't enter my vocabulary very often. Is that a good answer? I hope so. Alright, so they're being attacked again. And they're going to be attacked. Why am I sending them in? Because why not? So there's like almost 50 planes in the air right now, so it should be not a problem. Let's see where they spawn. See, okay, these are bombers. These are the threat. They have a big old crazy 800 kilogram bomb. These guys as well. So that should be a thing. Now for our ship direction, we learned that I used to go like this and go to the mini map and make them turn. That doesn't do it. You have to go to the lead ship and give them a direction, and like that. And let's speed up to our best speed so we can get our guns on target. We are in battle line formation, but we want to tighten it up. So Fletcher's the lead ship. She's doing the turn, and everybody else is supposed to follow. This carrier's doing crazy stuff. Her best speed seems to be 20. Her damage, heavy damage, flooding, unrepairable flooding. So yeah, she's in dire need to be helped out, I guess. So these guys are taking care of business over here. We do not, that's still too close. The angles of attack on these guys are really bad. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's it. That's everybody. Alright, let's get out. Do a report, make sure you got everybody. 9 aircraft. So because we're going in craziness here, we're going to lower it down to 500. I think that's 500 yards from the closest ship. So they all focus on one, but they have their spacing. This spacing. So the spacing between ships, I think, is 500 yards. Before we liked it at 750, so we can maneuver down to 500. So that's where we stand. But we're gonna go out with a boom, and we're gonna go and bang these guys. Saigon down, level 4, level 2. We don't need this location, so we're just gonna bomb it so it doesn't harass us. Kingfisher's found a supply group. We're gonna ignore that, and we're gonna target it by hitting the P key. Map note, and we're gonna represent the supply, and we're gonna, as we do, we're gonna launch up let's send up Avengers, and we're gonna send them with, so they said it was 3 ships. I think it's probably 1 ship, or 2 maybe. 2 MS and an AO. If we send out 12, it'll be 3 groups of 4. 16 would be a weird number. Maybe they go in groups of 3. So we're gonna send up 12. And we're gonna head them in that direction. So let's course them over this way. They're pretty close, but let's see what direction they're going, north or south. That's why I do the P, so we see which direction they're heading. And now you guys can change your course to be over here. And bingo. Now, do we want to spawn right on top of them? No, we don't. We spawn on top of them, they shoot us down, depending on what it is. So, tactical from here, they should be behind us. And you see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of 3. Let's see how many ships we have. So it looks like there are 3 ships, which there are. So we're going to break these guys down into one group. Vic. Form up. And then we're going to break. And then we're going to say groups of 4. Form up. It's important to know, get the numbers down when you're staging an attack. Too many times I've seen groups do things that like, we're gonna go send one guy this way, and he's gonna be after number 3 or number 2. This guy is gonna go this way, and he's gonna go after number 3. Number 1 is going to we're going to have him spin and wait until he gets his position to be able to go after number 1. Everybody's going to go on the deck. And we'll see how they form up. Now, what kind of ships do we have while we're waiting? This guy's kind of let's go with the attack groups first. Number 2 is this guy. And what is he? How do you reference ships? Well, I like to go with having the direction this way. So this is the bow, this is the stern, and we go into identification, and we know this is a supply ship, MS, and then we're looking for key factors, gray and the stack with lines on it. You scroll through this until you find that what looks like the ship you're talking about, which is this guy here. And then once he has been marked pink, red, you do that by hitting the T key on your keyboard, using a mouse to highlight. So the T gives the scope or whatever, and then you tag it. And then to identify the ship, you hit the check button here. It tells you what kind of ship what the name of the ship is. So number 3 is going after this group, guys. Let's go look at him. He's a MS as well. We saw him earlier, I thought. Is that him? What's a quick way to identify with these kind of ships is you look at the cargo. Small cargo, large cargo, small cargo, large cargo, these white squares. And then you make sure that the funnel is in the right position, and that's how you identify that guy. And this one is going after this guy, who is a, you know, he's a small little ship. Pretty easy to identify because he's black colored, you know, he's dark colored ship, only 3,200 tons, and that's who that is. So it's spanned out on the mini map. Everybody's going down into their positions or going in the direction that they need to be going. Over here, if I look at target from that ship, it's going to look at the number 1 ship, which is right there. If we do the most, well, we're going to say this guy's the, how many people are on the Avengers? I want to say 3, but it could be 2. It says 3 here. Okay, 3. I was right in the first guess. But they have, I don't know much about it. I just like the aircraft. I think it's kind of cool. They have a turret in the back, a down-facing gun, which I think the same guy uses, but maybe not. Maybe he lays down and shoots that tail gun. This guy right here. So the guy that sits here, I think sits here. I don't know. This guy's sitting in a chair, I think, with that turret that rotates, and then you have the pilot. I think this gunner also works as a radio operator, Again, this day and age, they don't have radar. So it's kind of interesting. But what was I going to say? I was going to say something. Doesn't matter. Okay, so when these guys get into their positions, we're going to look and see what these guys do. So right now, they apparently, I'm going to say they don't see us because they're not turning. So these Avengers, number 3, you guys can attack. Middle guys, you guys need to start heading in. And then number 1 guys, you need to start heading in as well. Already on this side, let's do it from that way. The idea is to focus the attack. Back when we were doing this. Alright, you guys can go, I guess. Last group in, we're going to manually do these guys. So let's open our torpedo bay. So you watch the torpedo open. And we're going to go tight in on this guy. He's turning into us. Let's see how well they do. So those guys have dropped their torpedoes. I don't know how successful they'll be. See how they're turning this way? So now we're going to turn into him. And he can't correct quick enough. Oh, we lost an aircraft. So that was a good hit. Looks like 3 out of 4 hit on that torpedo run. So we're aiming a little bit forward of him. This is a drop button. Kind of want to make sure that so once we do that, we hit the throttle and get out of dodge. What's happening over here? How close we missed by? Well, that's a bad shot on a blind run. So this guy, how well did we do? Looks like we might get 2. So this is a problem that I've had before in the past. I've just let my aircraft do their thing, and it can get you into trouble. Which nobody ever likes. So you say, are we done with this because we failed on that one ship? We have 11 aircraft. I want to make a run on these guys because why not? We're going to target the ship in question. Now, this ship in question, what's there to be afraid of? Well, not really much. If we look at the ship itself, and he is a Kanimaru. Kamoi Maru. Yeah, this guy. If you look at the ship and you go to here and you say weapons, what does it got? Well, it doesn't have anything. All it has is guys on the decks with guns and rifles. So, what are we going to do about it? Well, we're going to take our limited firepower. You boys are supposed to be forming up. So we got some smoking, and that's from rifle ammunition, for sure. These guys stagger out a little bit, maybe. Might help us. And number one, what's the status on you? Go to the report. Critical heavy. So will he burn down? I think he should. He looking rough. He looking rough, that's for sure. But the other guy, we didn't even touch. So we need to think about that. So, should we do this? Probably not. These guys have, if we look at this ship, or this aircraft, it has 3 machine guns. Now, what does 3 machine guns mean? It means there's one here, one in the turret, and one I think is right there, or is it in the cowling? I don't recall. I'm gonna say it's there, wing mount. You can see just a little dot there, but who knows? We'll see where the bullets come out when they actually go. So hopefully these guys can line up quicker than, or sooner than later. Let's get these guys to do something that will resemble a tight formation so that they will do their thing. Pardon me, do you have a torpedo? No. Why is your torpedo bay open? Close that. Anybody else having that same malfunction? I'd really love it if somebody had a torpedo, but they don't. So, anybody else? That's everybody good. So we are actually gonna go after this dude here. I want everybody to form up in a line ahead. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Everybody plays these games differently. I definitely play these games differently than most people, and that's okay. You know, it takes time, and you know, the videos aren't very exciting, and a lot of stuff like that. Yeah, close that up, please. There's no need for you to do that. Yeah, there really is no reason for me to do the things I do in these games, but it's just how I play the game, guys, and hopefully you're okay with that. We can do this all sorts of ways. We can do it, let's get up to attack speed, which 180, whatever, doesn't really matter. And I want everybody to make sure that they're on. One of the things when you form up, if the lead gets shot down, they should revert and everybody pick up the same target. They sometimes don't do that. So what you want to do is you want to go through, and this is another thing, you just have to tag and target each ship or each aircraft. So you're on there for whatever reason. I think it's because you were the group that attacked that ship originally. You were as well. So were you. You weren't. So, what's our goal? We're going to do two things. And the first thing is we're going to attack this guy. What am I doing? My fingers are just doing bad things right now. So if we can set him on fire, we have a good chance to damage this guy. I usually wait until the gunfire starts. But he's not shooting at us because he doesn't really have guns to shoot at us. It'll be rifle fire. Kind of spread at grouping. We're just trying to get rounds on target. So, where are they shooting from? Well, that's just garbage. That's not true. Where they're saying they're shooting from is 2 forward guns. See how there's like line here, line here? We already know that's not true, but the game couldn't fix that part of it for us. You can't forget, though, that we are playing a game, and games like to do funny stuff. Let's do Vic formation spread. So we just lost another aircraft, which, fine. And then one attack from these guys was enough to sink this ship. So all 3 are down. He obviously had something extremely flammable on that ship, and that's kind of what we're going for. Hour into this game already, almost, and so these guys, job well done. Head back to the ship. Didn't like losing three aircraft or 2 aircraft, but yeah, that's the thing. So you're gonna go back because they had ammunition. One of the things that you have to remember when playing this game is there's a timeout period. So we sent up 12 of these Avengers, right? Leaving 4 remaining, and only 10 are coming back. So there's a loss there. But this ship won't be able to launch again. See, if I try to launch aircraft, like, let's see if we can put you guys up as depth chargey boys. Okay, it let me. Sure. But if they land, they won't let you. Who are you? I'm pretty sure you're Lex Hornet, yeah. So you guys are going to go up and just do sub protection with your depth charges. That whole point of mine just failed badly. Give that an L for me. All right, moving on. What do we got over here at Midway? Okay, so the Independence here is replacing Surabaya replacement. This is the SUP Surabaya group that doesn't have a carrier, so we're going to put that. They're meeting up is what that is. So let's put you there. All right, more of these guys. How many aircraft we got up? There's 24 in that group and 24 in that group, and they're getting ready to. What's the time? The gas time frame? 34 in the bottom one, 158. So they're in a good switch rotation. I'm okay with that. Let's see if we can manage these guys. So if they're over here. And we're in this group, which is battle line, and we want to turn to put our guns on targets. Let's do that. Now, I want to see if we go into the engagement in that, or if they're already in turn mode. Watch, the aircraft's like right here getting ready to bomb our other carrier, which is usually what the case is. So, see, the Fletcher is turning, obeying this order. These Jacobites are coming in. I know those are words, but I could say other swear words that I would be better. So our aircraft, you need to take these boys out. So I'm going to do this a little bit smarter this time, and we're going to say, I want 6 of you guys to go after let's just do groups of 2. Now this is overkill. This is micromanaging at its worst, and you can play this way if you like. If you don't want to play this way, I'm totally cool with it. But when we have the aircraft, we might as well put them to use. And this is, it seems to be already doing it. I don't need to do it myself, I think. I'm just going to let these guys roll and see how they manage. These guys should be able to sweep through and just wipe these guys out. Hopefully before somebody gets shot down. There we go. That's a good way to get rid of a group. See where the rest of these guys are. Let's follow this guy. $190,275. Let's slow your roll, my friend. And what are you looking at? Not gonna shoot, huh? Okay. That's the thing. Yeah, suck it, boys. So did we get everybody? I think we did. Overkill, quick way to check with all the mess in the air. Let's go over here. 12 of 12 done, no losses. I don't believe we got any bombs on anything. No aircraft crashing into our ships. Jeez. Stupid captains aiming at the other ships. Yeah, why does the game make these choices to turn as they do? I think when you hit formation, if the ships are in the current formation that they were born to be in, that they were supposed to be in, they decide to switch positions, which makes no sense. So this guy here, what position was, you're in 9, so you're one of the lead guys, but you seem to be crossing over. This is our lead ship right here, number 1 Fletcher. So I'm guessing this is probably number 10. No. Where's number 9? Or is it 5 and 6 that lead? So Helena. Yeah. I'm not even going to talk about this anymore. Let's go in and I'll explain it better. So this group that we're talking about here, in battle line formation, looks like this. So I have set up a formation that I want my ships to be in this battle line formation. There are a couple formations that you can use. I like this one when you have one carrier, and when you have 2 carriers, I like this one. And I use 6, 1, and 5 as my destroyer screen, or my sub screen. They have sonar, they have depth charges, they're fast movers. So we have depth charges. No, we don't have depth charges on the Helena. That's why we're screwy right now. So 1 is fine. 4 needs to switch with Helena. Swap. That was an issue because this guy had no way of doing anything like that. And I don't know why it's... Yeah, this is the damaged one, not this one. So that's why we do battle line, and that's why the formations work, sometimes work, don't work. Who knows? Yeah. Why do they adjust? I think it's like... This is the point I was trying to make. Sorry for dragging this on. So we know we have 7 and 8, Missouri and Iowa, our new Iowa class battleships, protecting number 2 and number 3, which are number 2 carrier, number 3 carrier. Obviously they failed miserably because the Enterprise got hit. Call that aircraft, call that the ship's air defense, call it the game spawning in a really bad position. Who knows? But that was my thought process on having 8 and 7 being the battleships for their air defense. Apparently their air defense is not the greatest. I thought it was great, but apparently it's... We'll look at it. And then you have 10 and 9, which are Savannah and Birmingham, and they're supposed to be good on air defense as well. And then Taylor and Charlie, number 4, is just a Helena, and he's not damaged. It's just highlighting because I go over that. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. And she's sitting in the back. She's a newer ship. She should have capability, shells, NA air, and so on. Doesn't always work out that way. She is a CL, I believe. Yeah. So her NAR is how many guns? 8 guns, dual purpose, 17,000 yards. She should be more than enough to cover her position, right? And if we go to, let's say, battleships, and we say Iowa class, what's your guess, boys and girls? Great on AAA, not too good on AAA. Obviously, they got those, our Enterprise got almost sunk because these guys, NAR, didn't do their job. Am I upset? Yeah. This is part of the counseling session. So yeah, go ahead, hit that button, please. Okay, NA aircraft for this ship. What the hell? How did they get through? There are 20. I raised my voice a little bit. Sorry in the mic there. Didn't mean to scream in your ears. Oh. 20 AAA guns. Okay? That never should have happened. But apparently, their planes are just really that good. And that's why we almost lost his carrier. And we're going to go and make these guys pay for it. And Saigon is going to have a bad day. And that's how we're going to work it. So we got all those ships out of our dry dock. No, we didn't. We got a... Now, that's weekly supply. Liking that. So this is our weekly supply. There's a little gap here for... We had some left on midway. But when I see 500, 500, that means we were rearmed. The troops... yeah, so that's a good thing. So these ships that are coming in... this Cimarron was for somebody. I don't know who. We'll find it when they show up for rearming. Apparently. Yeah, this guy here. So this Ohio is a British supply ship. Let's do it this way, easy way. AO. So the supply ships in the game are never ever to be used at 15 knots and 131. Well, what is it? 78 fuel. That's the real reason not to use it, because 78 fuel doesn't do anything but keep the capability of an airfield going in close proximity. That's about it. So I don't use them. This is the one we use. This is the American Cimarron class oiler. 140 is okay. I'm good with that, but I much prefer the 18 speed. So you say, well, and it also has defense. It's got 6 guns on it that are dual purpose, so it can defend itself somewhat. I don't think it looks exactly like this in the game, but close enough. And then if we go one more click, we go to the British one. And it says large tanker class oiler, and this looks very similar to this. Right? It only goes 16 knots. But it's got a gun in the aft, and, you know, it's the same picture, right? Just one is white, gun. Doesn't show a gun in the back, but okay. This one shows a gun in the back. So this one looks a little bit more formidable, carries 10 more fuel. 150 fuel is what this carries. It's got no guns. Only rifle caliber ammunition of crew is what that is. And 16 knots, no defense. Yeah, that's a thing. Let's go tactical and take a look at that ship. Okay, so that ship is right here. And that is the ship that I like. I like the look of that ship, don't I? I like all the breather ports, which I think are fuel breathers so that they don't accumulate gasoline exhaust or fumes in there and explode because somebody walks by with a cigarette in their mouth, which I don't think was even a thing. They had locations to smoke on ships that would probably keep these guys safe. The rules here probably were much different. But as you can see, this looks like a civilian transport ship, doesn't it? Probably is. There's no gun mounts anywhere on the ship. I love the model. I don't believe represents what the game says it is and should be rectified. Show it with they do show it with no guns, but update the photo. The photo should look like that. See, no turrets. Yeah. And the American one is this guy. And he looks more like a, he's got guns at the bow, gun at the stern. It says it has 6 guns, but I guess there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's pretty heavily armored. It can defend itself, and its speed is what? It's going 14. How fast can it go? She's just waiting to be replaced, so we can play with her a little bit. So her best speed is 16. No matter what we do, we can't get her up past 16. But the other ship, it says its best speed is 16. So best speed 16 means 14. So it's only 2 knots faster, but we're going to go with that, and that's why we've made that change. Mainly for the guns, I think, but the speed as well. Because the slowest ship in any group is how fast the whole group will go. So if the oiler is the slowest ship in the group, or a damaged ship, or anything like that, example, this Enterprise, with her damage, she probably slows the whole group down. So yeah, you can't have damaged ships hanging out. So we're going in and we're going to put a big old smackdown on this guy with our ships. And let's begin and get you taken care of as well. So yeah, they're angry, and I'm okay with that. Battle line 750. Let's do a hard turn. If they're turning at distance, it means they're torpedo planes, and we're cool with that. Let's go for the ride in this plane right here. This guy has got a mission from all that is holy, and hopefully he can, you know, accomplish his goal. Where's he going after? Who's he going after? He's going after Group 2. So let's watch him go in and play his game. Now, they turn with whatever their target turns, regardless of them getting closer or approaching. So this guy is attacking this group here, and because they're turning, our guy turns. I don't like that about the game, but hey, you got to take the good and the bad with whatever you do, right? And the angles of attack and throttle control are really bad in this game. Sometimes they just go in and fly right by, don't even bother shooting. And when they do shoot, sometimes they continue shooting. Like this guy. What are you shooting at, bro? Yeah, these guys are just broken trigger fingers. They do pick up the next incoming targets, so they will go reacquire something to attack, which is fine. I'm cool with that. But this angle of attack he's on is pretty garbage. That should be all of them. Let's make sure we go to report. 12 of 12 down. Let's retreat out of here. And we're going to be bombarding French Indochina Saigon here shortly. It's only half a day has gone by. Now they're sending in fighters. There's a reference over here as to the types of aircraft. Over on this section, you see it's just a straight wing aircraft. That means fighter. The dots mean attack aircraft or dive bombers. These can be attack or bombers, mid-range, mid-level bombers, attackers, and heavy bombers with 4 engines, you know, that kind of thing. So let's go in and take a look here. and see what we have in store for us. We're going to probably want to do another turn. So we're just going to do a turn with our lead guy. And hopefully that works for us. So let's start and see this guy is starting his turn. Everybody else should be following, and no crazy business with your I don't know why he's turning like that. So I just switched this from 750 to 500. We're still in battle line, and I hit the form up for all ships. So all ships should be turning and staying in their range. Let's see what we got coming at us. Probably seaplanes. Yeah, these guys aren't that dangerous, but it's an annoyance to have these little bombs dropped on your ships. They should disengage as soon as the planes come, as you see here. But I don't like the fact that every single one of these aircraft is focusing on one group. They should be spreading out and hitting other aircraft. So let's take a look at that. So we have this guy going after number 2, number 2, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 2. You should be going after a different group. Number 2, 5, 7. Yeah, it's still number 2. Really? You know. Let's just start assigning some of these guys, because you know, this is how mistakes happen, how the game can bite you if you don't do the right thing. Groups 3 should be fine. And I think that's it. How many we got? 8 aircraft. So let's see what these guys do and how well our guys perform. Should be pretty good. Our ships are doing crazy stuff again. Not happy about it. Why are you turning in? You should be turning this way. Angle of attack, garbage. You know, why are you shooting? These guys will empty their ammunition if you let them. You call it a glitch in the game, you call it whatever you want, but let's see if we got them all. 8 of 8. Okay. We should be getting bombers, I believe, next. We're not in range, I don't think, to hit the go button on these guys. So let's see if we can counter at Saipan. Okay, so Saipan, these bombers from who knows where are coming in. Let's send off our fighters, our Casket Navy or Cactus Navy guys, Cactus Marines. Sorry. Yeah, sometimes I just blurt things out that don't mean anything. So he's going this way, so we're going to try and meet him. And while you're at it, we want you guys to have a cap up of your 7 aircraft. Who are you? Sup, Sarong? Can these guys help? They can. I think we want to send off these guys, though. These guys do really well in the attack mode. They seem to... They just do well. I like the range. They have more range than most of the other... Okay, you guys whiff. And you go right at them. Okay, so we got that coming, and these guys are in. So let's do this. Okay, this is how I do this. I look at the place we're bombing and say 2 and 4. I want to keep track of that. Regardless of how many ships you have with the capability, you can only shoot 8-inch shells and above to bombard. That's what you do with this button here. Shore bombardment. So who's got 8-inch shells in this group? Let's go down so we can see. So 5-inch shells on the Fletcher. Useless to this engagement. Of course, the Carriers doesn't have anything that big. You have 6-inch. You don't have 8-inch. You're a destroyer. Missouri, 16-inch shells. Now, do they use AP or HE? Or do they use both? Well, they use both. I think they would just use HE. Just my personal opinion. I don't know what they were aiming at. I think they just bombard airfields and stuff like that. But maybe they're hitting shore guns and who knows what. So maybe they use both. But I think they only use HE, in my opinion. So yeah, there's some ammo there. And this has got the same configuration. So 2 ships. This guy's guns are too small, so he's not going to shoot. And he's not going to shoot. So in this group, there's only 2 ships that are going to bombard. And you can only hit this button 3 times before all the ammo is gone off this 16-inch shell grouping. So let's see what kind of damage we put on this base. Do we like the sound of that? Do we need a better sound of that? Ooh, maybe that was a little bit too loud. Okay, we'll turn that down a little bit. So after 2 engagements, what did we get in Saigon? 2 and 2. So this guy didn't move, and this guy dropped 2 airfield screens. So let's drop again and see what we got. 1 left, should be 1. What did that do to the base? 1 airfield. I don't think we can do it again, but let's hit the button anyway. Nope. So Iowa now has no 16-inch shells. Neither does Missouri. These guys didn't shoot anything. None of these other ships shot. Why do we have troops on this guy? I don't know. So these guys are done, and they have to go back to rearm, which was why we were going back to release this ship. And we have to go all the way back here to Port Moresby. But I figured while we're up here, might as well use our ammo. So that's why we did that engagement. And now you're going to go home and get rid of the carrier that you so recklessly let. Your one mission in life was to protect the Enterprise and the Hornet, and you let the Enterprise almost get sunk. So yeah, we're going to release that and probably send out another carrier. We have the points to send that up now. Let's do that. So, remember when I said that we talked about level 5 and how we wanted... This is Port Moresby with level 5. And we have Midway, and it has this new C button, but the Port Moresby one doesn't. I was expecting to see this new C button at the Port 5 down here, but it doesn't exist. So we can only put out new ships from here. So what do we want to put together? I think I want to put together a... Let's be smart and just go with what I want first, which is... Yeah, I want one of these longbows, but we can't get that until May, April, May. So we wait a month. Let's think about this. It's going to take you how long to get from here to here? Let's do that course again so we could see. That says 57 hours. 82, 72 is 3 days, 94. You know, we're looking at basically 4 days to get there. And okay, stop being silly, game. Sometimes the game doesn't like these long passages. So how long does it take to get from... Yeah, we can't do that yet. We could just put her out and do that. You know, do we just go with the Essex, or do we just wait and go for the carrier I want? Let's wait it out. She can manage with one carrier for a month, and then we'll do that. Let's get this ball rolling a little bit. I totally whiffed on that. Totally whiffed. I forgot this was even a thing. So you guys go get them. So if they're heading this way, did they come from Manila all the way? I don't know. Let's see if we can get them. So they stopped here. All right, and that's where I call the BS mark, because they should have been able to find him. Just go look. Go do a look and see if you spot him. Maybe on the way back you'll spot him. Big negative. All right, so... sun's gone down for whatever reason. This Hellcats don't seem to want to land, which is kind of weird. Everything's supposed to land at 1900, but yeah, they're getting there. So Haddock here, I want you to move in right here, because I want to be able to, if they try to rearm this base, you to do something about it. Halibut is still moving into position. Finback is doing its thing. I think we want her to kind of cross over with her friend. So you guys do that, and you're going to go and do the same thing. So we want you to do a coursey course run like this, where you pass each other in the night and exchange cherries and cookies and crackers and whatever you do. And you're doing the same thing on the other side. So Manila's cut off, basically. Alright, so up here we have the Independence, and we're going to merge her with this group. So this is Sorabaya Supply, which is Sorabaya. Sorabaya is here. We no longer need Sorabaya. We never needed Sorabaya. We went to a new we put an airfield here. It works. This one doesn't. This one doesn't. This one doesn't. We talked about this already. But we don't need supply at Sorabaya anymore. So Sorabaya is no longer going to be a concern for us. The way we're going to work this is we're going to find a new location, a new love for that boat, Sorabaya. But let's get her information first. So cargo, we want to have, with our cargo ships, standard formation is this right here. Two destroyers and a new destroyer. Okay. So that is subscreen heaven. So 1, 2, 3, or 8, 9, 10 are our screens. Let's move the carrier first. Always in the front, in the middle. Swap. Just seems to make sense. I know that the defense from these guns are not great, but yeah, I'm not overly concerned with that. Tail end Charlie is in 7 position, which is this guy, which is not where we want him. We want him to be in number number 9 position. So we're gonna have him. We're gonna have 2 fast shorty boys on the outside. So 8 and 9. So swap. And the big boy is in the 10 slot. So these are our lead ships out front with sonar and torp defense. Carrier defends the whole group with her air wing, which is 24 aircraft, which is why I like the Independence over the Bogue. Plus, it goes faster. Not that it makes that much of a difference, because the best speed we have is the slowest ship in the group, which are all these supply ships. Again, we put the Cimarron back in here in all of our groups because of her guns, not for her speed, really. It's mostly her guns, defense capabilities. We're going to even it out a little bit, and we're going to say let's put 6 is our oiler, which means 3, 2, 5, and 4. All these ships are bracketing the carrier. Okay, fine. That's fine. These guys have guns, but I'm not too concerned with it. Leading with 6, which is the oiler. 5 guns. 7, which is just another C3, which it's what we got. So these are all C3s. Oiler, screen, cap. And that's the formation we're in. And we stay at 750 until we go into engagement, and if we have to adjust, we can go to 750 as our first change. But 3 columns 750 is the standard. So let's give you a new name, and we want you to be... Where do you want you to go? Our next location is probably going to be a place that we need, and it's probably... I'm going to say Tawi Tawi because the distance from Davao to here. So we're going to say Tawi Tawi supply. Okay, so that's her goal in life. Let's arm her up with a standard grouping. This is not invasion, this is just standard, even troops to supplies, oil, and engineering. So let's manage cargo. We have a lot, so we can do this the right way. Nothing on the carrier, unfortunately. That wouldn't be the case. We'd definitely have supplies on it, but it would be supplies for this ship, not for sending somewhere else. So I'm using the C3s because of the balance. 1,100 troops to 1,600 supplies. That means I can go troops, supplies, troops, supplies, fuel, and this guy is engineering. So what do I do? Fuel and engineering, because level 1 airfield is 100 fuel and 100 engineering and 1,000 supplies. Excuse me. And over here we can look at these guys and say he can take So we look at the capabilities, right? This guy can take 200 supplies. So boom. And we come over here and we say 150 to 200, right? And over here, well, what's our best guess? Do we take more supplies or do we take troops? We're going to take supplies because we always want to be heavy supplies on a supply group. And now we're going to send these guys to muster at Peleliu. So it's because of the distance. That's fine. So Peleliu is our destination. That's where we're going. And when we get there, hopefully this base will be let's unload. And let's Peleliu defense. You have stuff on you? You don't. Are you the only other ship there? You are. Okay, so Peleliu, we're at that mark. This is how you determine what you need to advance to the next port level or air base level. So we need 3,000 supplies, 300 engineering, and 300 fuel. See, we're over that. So we just hit the button here. And that makes our base stronger, but it also means we can rearm. The only problem is we're now in an imbalance. Okay, we have less supplies than we do troops. Now that will change, probably with not that guy, but okay. So you truck, I need you to go back. Where's your best destination to go? Let's see here. Not there. Way unbalanced there. Guam? No, you're good. That's the standoff point we want you at. Saipan is okay, but we can't. This is invasion of Iwo Okinawa. This is our start off point, if not Manila. But this is where we want to be. So we're not touching Saipan, which means what? Pompeii? No. Pompeii, if we need fuel, is one thing. But other than that, we're not taking off this base. This needs to stay like this. And in fact, probably need more supplies here so we can rearm if we need to. But again, we can rearm at Peleliu. So Wake Island, what's your status? Lots of troops, semi-supplies. I think that's where we're headed. So let's go to Wake Island, which is what I kind of wanted Wake Island to be this whole time. That's the stop-off fuel location, you know. Davo, where are you going, bruh? Are you going to pick up stuff and you're just too lazy to be on the star? So you're on the star now, my friend. Let's land you, please, because you're annoying. I don't know what's on there, so we're just going to do that. And manage cargo. And at Davao, what do we need? What do we need at Davao, really? Davao is out of balance. We're going to do a straight up supply run from here. And there's another issue here. It's these Macaulays. We're going to go and we're going to divert and we're going to say, go here. And why we're doing that is because I'm converting all my supply groups to that. I want to see C3s, an oiler, and an engineering oiler or cargo ship, 3 destroyers of some type, preferably American fast guys, and a heavier header with more guns. I like this. Tucson. And that's what I want all my supply groups to be. So this guy, Macaulay's were okay for big old invasions, but when you're imbalanced, it's not good. So we're gonna go back and we're gonna get rid of you. Who was the guy I just said? This guy? Yeah, like these little destroyers, if we don't have newer destroyers, we go with destroyer escorts. But C3s is where we want to go. What's this other guy? Who's the guy I was just talking to? Pelu? No. Truck? Port Moresby Supply. This is a different version of what we were doing before. We're going getting close to 2 hours here, boys. And I don't remember what I just clicked on. That took a while to happen, didn't it? Okay, you guys are unloading, right? Okay, you're good. And we were gonna... You have some damage, yeah? No? Birmingham? Okay, so this is a strong defense force, just the one ship, which is a cruiser. We want these two to join that defense force. We did that a long time ago. I don't remember when they got there, but they're there now. And yeah, you're gonna do that. You two are protecting the Birmingham. That's the way I like it. And you're just gonna stay there. That's fine. Bothers me I don't recall what that... I think it was this guy because of the Macaulay. Well, let's get you up there if we can. Because you're gonna go back and you're gonna... Carrier's good. We're gonna get rid of you. Get another C3, and then you're fine. Any damage? No. No ammo. You're fine. You're fine. Yeah, you're gonna take a while to get there. Sunset is coming in to... who is it coming? I know we had a carrier coming in. It's you. You're getting it replaced with this guy. So you are sup, Sarah. Yep, sup's wrong. So you're replacing the Ultima because she's only got 7 aircraft. And then you need to get rid of these two guys. Which means another destroyer. One destroyer and one C3 is what this group needs. Okay, let's go C3. I really don't like that speed. That's why we went to this one initially, 18.4. 2 guns, 3 guns. That's why. And this guy only takes 81 engineering, which is not enough to get a level 1 airfield to start. You want over 100. This guy takes 117. So that's why we selected this ship. So boom, and you need a replacement destroyer or an add-on destroyer. This is where it gets kind of tricky because most of these guys are already being used. Lamson. Okay, we'll use you. Lamson. And you guys swap positions. And done. And because you're coming down this way anyway, we're going to send you to Wake to replace So you're Sarong. So you're Sarong R. And let's load you up just because. And we're going to meet you at Wake Island with the other group, which is this. Okay, so manage cargo. And we want you to just go with your gut and take that. And you're going to go to Wake. And this guy, he'll be there waiting for you. We'll merge you two together as well. And then we'll wait until Sarong gets there. And then we'll release 1, 2, or split off actually. 1, 2. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. And 3. You're going to be released as well. So you're going to be grouping up with this guy, this guy, this guy. And heading back to Midway to release, and that's how that's going to work. So end result over here was 2 and 1. Not as much air contacts. We're going to go to the morning, and then we're going to call this one. It's been 2 hours almost. It's going to be a hell for this to open up, or to upload. So I thank you for watching, and I did a lot of rambling today. Apologize. And my throat's gone. But I hope you enjoyed it. I addressed a couple of people who made comments. So again, if you have comments you'd like to make them. Hopefully they're in good faith. And I'm no expert at any of this. I'm not. I just play the game. I'm just an average guy. Just happened to be in the Navy and retired now. But I know some things and I enjoy Navy stuff. World War II battles at sea and stuff. I just think it's amazing that people went through that. And yeah, that's why I like this game. So I hope you like what I put out to you guys, and I hope you come back and watch more, because we're going to have more videos. We are. All right, see you then. Have a good weekend.